What's up, everyone? My name is Jesse. This is the Auditorium. I react to video game music as a musician myself. This is going to be a series of celebration of 50,000 subscribers here on this channel. And what better way to celebrate than with the composers and developers who have reached out to me throughout this year and tell me to check out some of their songs. In this case, this is a game called A Hat in Time. The song is called Your Contract Has Expired. This is composed by Pascal Stiefel. And the sister, Natalie, hello Natalie, reached out to me and personally requested this, also joined my Patreon, and also Adam requested this. They also told me that the composer has his own YouTube channel. It's right here. It's called Plasma 3 Music, so check it out. Very quickly before I start, I've only heard one song from A Hat in Time. I don't even know what it is, but I was so impressed by that, and I couldn't wait to hear it again. And here we go. This is one of the more popular requests from this game. Your contract has expired. Let's go. Well, it's already metal AF. I don't know if, what instruments he plays or if he just composes it. It's the last music I'd expect after seeing this image. Ooh. Whoa. That sounds like old school meets new school at the same exact time. The guitar is playing the exact same line. Ooh. Little key change. I like how the guitar is playing the same thing as the keys the whole time, and then there's the rhythm guitar just going the whole time. I'm gonna say something really interesting coming up. Bravo, Pascal. Okay, this is the second time I hear A Hat in Time. I still don't know what it is. I never seen gameplay. Let's talk about the easy stuff, right? Musically, sorry. Very fast-paced, moving forward. There's a lot of visions here. I can see like side-scroller. It has like side-scroller vibes. It also has just moving forward consistently, like either a ship driving, something like that. Something just consistently moving, but also has the kind of tonality of a boss battle. Has that kind of intensity, right? It's kind of just moving and going. Also, the big choir chords at the end of also kind of gives me boss vibes as well. So it could be anywhere, but also I kind of heard like an Evil Carnival as well. I don't know where I got that. I just wrote it down because if it comes to my mind, I'm gonna write it down. So for some reason I wrote Evil Carnival. The whole thing was very guitar oriented, right? The whole thing was carried by these alternating picking, but they were palm muted. So a lot of the guitar lines were palm muted, meaning they were kind of like choked in sound. They weren't like let loose. They weren't just ringing out, except for the parts where the melodies that were being shared between the guitars and the keyboards, they were kind of open there. But for the most part, it was like this kind of just rhythmic machine that was pumping throughout the whole song. Very metal, very like thrash metal, power metal, which reminds me, this sound is a lot like power metal from like, you know, any European band in like the 80s. So many. But here's two things. One's going to segue into the other, and I think this is a quite unique thing I've never said on this channel before. But first, to segue, is this song, and I'd have to hear the first one again, but I'm pretty sure it's kind of giving me the same thing. But in this song, at least, it really gave this strange phenomenon in my head where I was literally hearing like old school sounds with, you know, modern technology and new school sounds. I've heard that before. That's been done before. That's not new. But in this one, it really truly felt like if I, you know, when you like look at a picture and you like look through it and you like lose focus and you can kind of see stuff between the lines. I feel like if I turn my brain into like imagery of like 8-bit games, 16-bit games, I would be able to hear this there. But I also can definitely see it like in the year 2022, which now I'm going to say the big one. I don't even know how to put this in words, so excuse me. You know, I didn't prepare for this. I just wrote down what kind of came to my head. This soundtrack, and I've only heard 2 songs, remember, this soundtrack to me is like what I would think every single composer or machine would wish they could have accomplished in the older systems, NES, Sega, Super Nintendo. Like, and the reason I'm saying that is because it has that sound of that era and that feel of that era, but the instruments are, and the production is now, right? So it sounds its best. You know, I could promise you every single writer or composer of anything, that any video game earlier than like 1994 or 5, whatever, they didn't want limitations, of course. This is what they had. Lucky for us, it sounded fantastic, but I don't know how to explain it. It just sounds like they would have loved for the soundtracks to sounded like this, as far as the tonality of it, if that makes any sense. Not to take away from anything of theirs. This is not anything negative. It's just like I just couldn't help but think, I'm like, well, everything's there. The formula's there. The melodies are there. The drive is there. The tempo's there. But everything sounds newer. So I just couldn't help but think, I'm like, this is like what all those songs back then like would have loved to sound like. That's the only way I can put it. And it just kept floating through my head. but it did it so well of like merging these kind of like eras that made me think that. Probably none of that made sense, but to me it does. It's all that matters. But yeah, this song, this game is something else. As far as the soundtrack, it definitely stands out. It's very clean. It's very impressive. It seems to have a lot of love behind it. I can see the art. Like just this poster alone says kind of care. You know, they care, is what I'm saying. And, you know, I see it. I feel it. I see it, and I hear the passion behind it. And I'm really glad, you know, like Natalie reached out to me. I don't even know if Pascal has ever seen my channel, but I'm not gonna lie, man. Like his abilities, and I don't know what he plays, what he doesn't play, they're outstanding. I think composers like this can bridge the gap between old school VGM lovers, or even just video game lovers, not even music, and then like, you know, the newer generation. This kind of stuff is what you would call timeless. So, to me, that's like one of the like highest praises I could give something, because it's so cool, you know? People that wouldn't even like metal would listen to this. The song is definitely metal, don't get me wrong. It's underneath everything, it's metal. You know. But it's kind of its own entity where it doesn't even kind of have its brand. It's just like Pascal's writing. It's the second cool Pascal I've met. The first one was from Nier Automata. So, as far as I know, isn't Pascal like a name for like a legendary artist or something like that? Kind of fitting. Anyways, that's it. I'm just telling you my thoughts. I don't really have a whole lot. I can not tell you where the song would play. No idea. I can just tell you that I'm looking forward to each time I hear something from him. Sometimes I hear more from my hat in time. I still have more requests for this game. It's really good. It's really good. I'm shocked and awed that after all this time of me doing VGM reactions, I can still find stuff that pops out. Can I stop talking now? Just rambling. Thank you, Pascal, and thank you, Natalie and Adam, again, for the request. If you want to make your own, you could do so on Patreon or PayPal. Either are totally fine if you do not mind waiting in a very giant wait list. There is the Patreon Platinum tier on Patreon, which you can subscribe to if you would like. Basically, skipping the line. A big thank you to my current supporters of that. We have Justin, Kevin, Moon Knight, DJ Singletone, Your Average Metalhead, and Mushimiri. Thank you so much. Thank you to all my other supporters on Patreon. Thank you to you for watching. Thank you for 50,000 subscribers. I can't believe how many people watch me. Until next time, dudes and dudettes, take care of yourselves. Peace.